Well, this is John Dale from Globalnut Electrical Contractors. We're here as your friendly local electrician, and on this particular occasion, a guy called Chris gave us a call. He'd looked us up on Google and liked our reviews, and he had the problem where he moved into his house oh, a year and a half before, and they'd lived with the problem of some sensors or lights not working on the outside of the property. Um, and so they went out to have a look, and during our consulting sort of side of the equation, we assessed the problem, and there were two sensors actually up high at high level, and there was one in the and there wasn't one in the porchway, which is where we wanted the light to come on. But none of them were working, and the outside lights weren't working. So um, I'd suggested that we just one of those sensors would almost certainly be for the porch light. That we could install a sensor under the porch and remove these two sensors that were outside. We didn't know what those two sensors were doing, by the way, because he was switching the porch light on and off with the switch. So we'd given him a quote to provide a solution for that. And when we went out there, became pretty obvious that those sensors were actually did have power. One of them did have power, but it was just a dud. It broken, but it wasn't obvious which lights it was affecting, because we could obviously by taking the wires off and bypassing the sensor, we should be able to see which lights are coming on and off. So one of them was doing the garage lights, so we replaced that one. And the other one looked like it was just completely redundant, so we took that out and put it in the trash and filled the hole. And we installed a sensor at a more appropriate level in the entrance way, and that worked just fine, right? Chris was very happy. He actually did a review, but then he called me back and he said, "Oh, by the way, for some reason, the outside light is not working anymore." Uh, so I said, "Oh, that's a little strange." So when I went back to investigate, which is under warranty, by the way, because we guarantee our workmanship. Um, when I looked at that sensor, there was no power on it, but it did have three wires, and I could trace it back, and I took the switch off at the front door, and it looked like that wire might be going to that front door porch switch. So I think they probably had this other sensor that was at a high level that wasn't working, and somebody had changed some things, right? And so I rehashed the connections and disconnected that wire that went to the high level sensor, and uh, uh, effectively repaired the problem anyway. So everything was now fixed, and Chris was very happy that we'd come back under our warranty without asking for any more fees, and subsequently gave us a good review. Thank you.